The Holy Grail of Day Trading. That title a little too much? Probably. But stick with me, and I'm going to demonstrate why A, the Holy Grail, the secret to day trading, is a lot simpler than you think, and B, it's something that you might already be using. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use a basic strategy and execute it sticking to a black and white rule set, which if you've watched my videos, tuned into my live stream, or you're in my Discord, you know I pretty much buy and sell pullbacks. So each time we have a trend and we get a pullback to the EMA, we are just going to buy or sell, target the extreme, whether that's a new high or a new low, and use a 1-to-1 risk. When the conditions are met, we'll just take the trade, see how it plays out. And before we see the result of the trade, I want you to decide, would you take it? For example, we got a pullback to the EMA. Are you going to buy this? Make sure you're keeping track of your progress here. And also, before the trade plays out, I'm going to let you know whether or not we would take it using the Holy Grail. And then we'll compare results. Let's see if by the end of the video you can figure out what the Holy Grail is. So let's get into it. Here is the first trade. We have an uptrend working, pullback to the EMA. Strategy says buy. Are you going to buy? Let's enter at the EMA, target the new high, set a 1-to-1 risk. Using the Holy Grail on this trade, we are also going to buy. So let's see it play out. Oof, not looking so good. We're still in it though. All right, there we go. There's a winner. Let's track the results here. We'll say the square is the standard rules. That was a winner. The circle is the Holy Grail. That was also a winner. How about you? So this trend is over with a break and a new high. We are starting to get a move down, and we already have a trend line. So if we get a pullback, the standard strategy is going to have to go short at the EMA, and there it is already. Prices touch the EMA, so the standard strategy is going to go short at the EMA, targeting a new low, setting a 1-to-1 risk. Are you going to take this trade too? If we use the Holy Grail, we are going to decide not to enter this trade, because although we have a downtrend working, market is overall bullish, and we still could continue higher. You think you know what the Holy Grail is yet? Comment below if you think you've got it figured out. So the standard strategy is in this thing. Holy Grail is not. Let's see how it plays out. Boom, a winner for the standard strategy. There it is. New low right there. And that is a winner for the squares. But wait a minute, the Holy Grail didn't get that win. I thought this was supposed to be better. Maybe it's not all it's cracked up to be. Let's keep going on. So that downtrend is over with a break and a new low. Now we are headed up with another uptrend. So we're going to mark this on the chart. And if we get a pullback, the standard strategy is going to buy at the EMA. So here's the pullback. There's the EMA touch. Standard strategy is going long. Are you going to take this trade? Well, if we use the Holy Grail to decide on this one, we are not going to enter the trade, because although we are at the EMA, if we draw a wider channel, we are not yet at the channel line, and we have a lot of empty space at the top. So using the Holy Grail, we are not going to enter this trade, but the standard strategy is. So long standard, that's another hold for the Holy Grail. Let's see how the trade plays out. Ooh, instant loser for the standard strategy. Right now, the Holy Grail is 1-0. The standard is at 2-1. Not bad. Let's continue on. All right. So this downtrend played out with a break and a new low. We were starting to move up yet again. So let's identify our trend. If we get a pullback, the standard strategy is going to buy. First of all, what are you going to do? And then second, what do you think the Holy Grail is going to do? You haven't figured out yet? Using the Holy Grail, we are not going to take this trade. If we zoom out, yes, the market is bullish, but we are coming right off of this high. So this could easily be a double top, lower high, and we could have a stronger correction. Also, there's a gap on the chart. Yesterday's closing price is down here somewhere. And so far since the open, prices have not tested that level. So using the Holy Grail, we are not going to take this trade. Oh, there is the EMA touch. Just kind of blew right through it. Standard strategy is in this thing. It's long at the EMA, targeting that high 1-to-1 risk. And that did not last long. It already has taken the loss there. So that's another L for the standard strategy, which is now at break even. It's at 2 and 2. We use the Holy Grail. We've only taken one trade so far, but it's been a winner. Market does try to make a new high, and we are headed down again. So we got another trend. Standard strategy is going to sell the EMA. Already decide beforehand, are you going to sell it? I can already tell you that by using the Holy Grail, we are not going to take this trade, as the market is kind of becoming directionless. It looks like a range is setting up. We're going to sit this one out. But let's see how the standard does. It just went short on the EMA, targeting the low 1-to-1 risk. And if we let it play out, oh, it got so close and it just went for a loss. Now, red on the day. What about you? If you're scratching your head still on what on earth is this Holy Grail? He's said different things every single time for every trade. Stick around to the end. It's actually very simple, and it's something you are going to be able to put into practice with your trading. And if so far this has been interesting, then subscribe. We have another uptrend. When we get a pullback, are you going to buy this? The standard strategy is definitely going to buy on this pullback to the EMA, and the Holy Grail is going to buy too. Because yes, we're at the top of the trading range, but there has been a bullish bias in the market. High or low, you can see all the space moving up. There is a really strong chance that we're at least going to break above the top of this range. So, standard strategy is going to buy. The Holy Grail is going to buy. And let's watch this play out. Instant winner right here for both strategies. Then fast forwarding a little bit here, get this nice downtrend developing. We are getting ready to potentially short the EMA on this pullback. You going to join in? Decide now. Here it comes. Okay, there is our full EMA touch right there. Targeting the low, 1-to-1 risk. Using the Holy Grail, we are not going to enter this trade because we are right at the bottom of a trading range. Let it play out. And it looks like a winner again. The Holy Grail skipped, and we're going to get another pullback to the EMA here. Are you taking this? The standard's in, targeting the low. And if you use the Holy Grail, you're going to skip this one because we just had a range breakout and we could easily head back into the range. Letting it play out. Did not quite get out here yet. Still in this trade. And there it got stopped out. Another loss for the standard. But bonus, with the Holy Grail, you're actually going to enter right here because this downtrend has a break. It does need a new low. We tested the range support once and twice. We're below the EMA, so this is a good time to go short with the Holy Grail, and that does end up as a winner. So now that the market is closed, let's tally up our winners here. Standard black and white strategy, 4 winners, and 1, 2, 3, 4 losers. So it ended up break even on the day. And a little side note, that is one benefit of using a 1-to-1 risk, is that even just entering with a very strict black and white rule set, you're pretty much guaranteed to at least get break even. And using the Holy Grail, we had 1, 2, 3 winners, and there were no losers. Of course, that doesn't happen all the time. I am not saying that I have some magic way to win every single time, but on this particular day, it ended up 3-0. How did you do? Did you do better than just the standard black and white strategy? If so, that probably means you are already using the Holy Grail, whether or not you realize it. So what do I mean when I'm talking about the Holy Grail? What the heck is it? It's kind of confusing because in my explanations for all of the different trades, it wasn't the same thing every time, right? There wasn't some standard rule that I was employing. I didn't say, well, the order block wasn't here, or you weren't quite at the 64% Fibonacci retracement. Every explanation was a little bit different. And here's the big secret. You can use essentially any simple strategy you want, and you can be profitable. And that's because the Holy Grail, the X factor, the only thing you need to take a simple strategy and turn it into a profitable one is time. The more time that you spend executing a strategy, the more you are going to gain experience. And with experience comes intuition and discretion. And if you did any better than the standard strategy, that means you already have discretion. So keep going into that. There are some ways to speed up this process. Load historical charts and practice on them. You can join a group of committed traders or get mentored by someone who has more experience than you. Also something that you could get from me if you want. But otherwise, it comes down to you and growing in your experience. I know it's not an answer that most people want to hear. You want some special formula that if you just do it, you're going to have winners every single time. It's just not the case. Trading is a long journey. Keep after it. Keep studying. You're going to get there. Catch you next time, everyone.